Hello, my name is Rob Harrington and I'm running for the Carver School Committee. I work here in Carver and my family has lived here since 2011. We have 4 children. Libby's a sophomore at Old Colony High School, Ryan and TJ are in the middle school, and Logan is at the elementary school. We also have 3 dogs, Gus, Frankie, and Vinny. I and my family enjoy much of what the town of Carver has to offer, including the local ponds, walking trails, farmers market, and this past year, our own drive-in movie theater. In 2005, I graduated 4th in my class at Silver Lake Regional High School with a separate certificate from the House Carpentry and Cabinet Making program. I earned a Bachelor of Science in Civil and Environmental Engineering in 2009 from the University of Massachusetts in Dartmouth. With all that said, I'm not here to talk about me. I'm here to speak with you about a few items I see coming in the near future for our education system here in Carver. This past year has been a challenge for all of us. We've weathered hurdles together none of us saw coming, and many aspects of our lives are now set back or are fallen behind. Our children are no exception in this, especially regarding education and social development. While our schools have adapted to supply education to our children the best they can without full-time in-person learning, the truth is there's no substitute for the education they would have received without the pandemic. We now have an ever-increasing amount of data about the virus. We know who it affects and we know who it does not. Those who want it either have access to now or will shortly have access to the new COVID-19 vaccinations. Now is the time for us to take every step necessary to bring our kids back to the level of education they deserve. As their parents and educators, it is our job to get their education and their future back on track. Carver's team of educators is already moving forward with multiple phases to get all grade levels back in school full-time. They've done a commendable job evolving through the pandemic thus far, and they're now moving towards a light at the end of the tunnel. Some of our students will no doubt come back to school without skipping a beat, but some of them will return having little experience in a full-time education system while they're now nearing the end of first grade. This will undoubtedly be cause for some discomfort or anxiety for some of our students. We will have students who need to catch up in preparations for MCAS testing and or the SATs. And we'll have other students graduating this year that we need to do all we can to ensure they are ready to enter the workforce or continue to further education in what little time remains of this school year. All our students will need all the help we can give them to prepare properly for their next chapter. We need to be sure that we have systems in place to monitor each student coming back full-time, as they will come back at a wide variety of levels and many may require help specific to them to move them beyond any setbacks they have endured this past year. We need to be diligent to set up our schools for the 2021 and 2022 school year to keep our buildings open full-time and avoid any further hindrance in education here in Carver. It will do little good for our education staff and our students to work hard to come back from hybrid learning only to have them set back again next year. We need to get them back on track as if the pandemic never occurred and ensure that we keep them back on track. It is also important to mention the matter of budgeting. As I said before, the past year brought many unforeseen challenges. Anytime unforeseen items occur, it becomes hard to stay on budget. It will be very important moving forward that we review any spending prior to carrying it out. We're currently hiring new people for much needed staff, and our schools are operating under incredibly fluid conditions to accommodate the needs of our students while complying with COVID-19 regulations. We need to be careful to operate within the means to avoid overextending our budgets, which would result in financial hardship for our residents and or layoffs for staff members in the future. Careful spending will prevent added pressure on taxpayers and will promote an environment for school staff members that they can be comfortable in lasting employment in the Carver school system. I see all this as a similar endeavor to being a parent. There's no perfect manual for how to care for a child, and every parent faces decisions and situations where they do not always know what will work best. In raising 4 children, I've learned that it's best to work as a team and consult with people with experience in the task at hand. There are setbacks and triumphs, but I believe parenting is the greatest, most challenging, and most rewarding experience a person can have. Our school system is a team, and we have reached one of those points where we won't know exactly what to do for each item we have to address. I know that our team can win, and I know that as a member of our school committee, I can contribute value to getting our kids back in school, getting them caught up and picking up where we left off with an exceptional education system set on constant and never-ending improvement for our kids. Our kids deserve their education, and we will provide it for them. Please vote for me, Robert Harrington, for the Carver School Board in the upcoming election on Saturday, April 24th. Thank you for your time.